make mistake. Just you need to make sure that you are showing and the judges understand that you have something to say, you have something to express. So like it's not only about like how many mistakes that did you make. Like
Yeah.
my mom used to say like, "Oh, did you make mistake?" When I was a kid,
Yeah.
it was like a point, like a level of playing that we don't judge the music. We're just counting how many mistakes did you make.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of. When I was kid,
Oof.
when I was very small,
That's
like
pretty intense, don't you think?
I couldn't do any mistake because I would be judged, or like it's like a showing point of my growth, of my development.
Uh,
It's kind of how many mistakes I did. It's not about like how did I phrase or how did I play entirely, which impression did I give. It's just about mistakes. So like this idea was with me until I grow up, maybe like 14 years old or 15 years old, when I start to like understand that the music, it's not about how many mistakes you make. it's
yeah.
about it's about how well you express your feelings.
Uh huh.
um,
So you don't feel that way anymore. Like when you compete or make music, you're not counting the mistakes in your head.
I cannot say that I start to like to not care about mistakes.
Well, sure. Yeah. But that's not what you
Be-
focus on, I hope.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 for sure. Yeah, I focus on in general expressions and
Uh huh.
impressions that I give. Not to impress, of course, but to express what
Yeah.
I was preparing to
Yeah, yeah,
express.
yeah. So, but besides this year, like this year,
Hmm.
is unique. But in general, like moving
Hmm.
forward into next year and in the past, like
Hmm.
what do you do? What do you focus on leading up to competitions? Or I don't know, like what advice do you have for people who want to compete at a really high level like you do and have for 30 competitions, which is ridiculous?
Hmm. Yeah, um, it was very different when I was younger,
Uh huh.
because, as I said, I was just concentrating on to not do a
No
mistake, to
mistakes.
to play as fast as possible, because
Okay.
it's competition. You need to kind
Yeah.
of shine and show the
Fast,
technique.
fast, high, and loud. That's like
Yes,
the thing.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so when I was younger, I was always chasing by the tempo I was playing. I thought that it's a good thing, um, even when I just perform on just general concerts
Yeah.
as fast as I can.
Hmm.
So like it's, it's super hard. I think Nikita kind of opened my eyes on that, because he always said that, well, at least while practicing, you need to practice even faster in order to have a limit.
I see.
Do not play on the limit on the competitions or just in general the performance that you play in concerts. Do not play on your limit of the like tempos,
Hmm.
let's say. It's impossible. You
Yeah.
have to have kind of um, additional backpack with another even higher speed that you can play, but you cannot show you cannot play on your like on the higher speed like in the car. If you just push all the way the car, then at some point it will just burn.
Right.
Like you need to have some limit. um, what else? Well, of course I start to care about music a lot more. It came to me when I started to maybe even in Moscow when I was 16, maybe 17, when I started to read a lot of books, a lot
Hmm.
of literature. At this high school when I was studying with Nikita, their literature program was very impressive for me, because all of the students read so many books, and I was like so embarrassed that I couldn't understand what they are speaking about. Like they were so mature compared to me, because I was just spending entire life in the practice rooms.
I see.
Uh, I didn't I didn't have any interest besides that.
Right.
Um, I didn't even spend lots of time with friends, and didn't have like a social life or like communication.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, at least. And then when I transferred to that college, I started to realize that I need to develop myself from all of the sides, to just in general to understand at least what are they talking about
Yeah.
in literature, in like history, in philosophy.
Mm.
Before I didn't understand why do I even need to think about this,
Right.
and I didn't want to make it just to receive a high grade or like best grade. I just want to understand um, in general, to just think differently, to understand better the composers, the way how they write the music, because it's all coming from, of course, the background that they have, but at the same time of the literature that they read, of uh, their time, their environment, their people that they spend time with.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. Um, so I start to read a lot. I like read maybe like a book per week, and I start to build interest in the museums and art galleries,
Mm-hmm.
and like impressionism. It's
Yeah.
like one of my biggest uh, hobby to spend time with. It's just by looking the pictures at that of this period of time,
Mm-hmm.
because like especially when I play like Debussy or Caplet or Fauré,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of composers, I had to spend a lot of time in galleries of just looking at the pictures and just kind of relating to the pieces that I play.
Mm-hmm.
It came to me maybe when I was already in Paris, because the opportunity that they have over there of museums,
Yeah.
of the number of greatest pictures, greatest works, and it's all for free for the students.